Okay, Michael, 3-1 wins, second consecutive 3-1 wins, 3 home wins in a row, up to 5th place. You've got to be delighted with that.
Yeah, really pleased with the first half performance. I thought we were outstanding, both in possession and out of possession. But the last 2 games we've played, it been pretty heavy on seeing how well we were going forward in possession and counter attacks especially. And I thought that went into the day. I thought we were really, really good. The goals we scored were good goals. Ben's hit a good one. Dylan Robson, great header. And the good goals. Malley's Stevens had a chance to shoot, decided it wasn't on, played it square. Malley's had a touch and scored. But I did think that goal from Jacob was a really good counter-attacking goal. We pinched the ball, got it played. Brandon had a nice little flick in the middle of the park. We drove through. And yeah, it was pleasing. I think they were always going to have a go second half. I know they were down to 10 with a sin bin, but I think if anything, we probably just sat off a little bit too much second half and invited a little bit of pressure. But the damage was done in the first half, and we seen the game out and played really well.
And you mentioned about the second half there, you knew they would come at you in the second half, if nothing for pride, if nothing else sort of thing. You say they sat back a little bit, but they didn't really create a lot, did they either?
No, James had a couple of saves to make and a couple of shots flashed past the post, but I never really felt under a massive amount of pressure, if you like. I think we still controlled the game to a certain degree. But like I say, we did the damage in the first half and had an excellent 45 minutes against a team that right bang up there. You know, after the last 6 games, they were second in the form table only by goal difference. Won 5 and drew 1, and then they had a great win midweek against Bishop Auckland in the cup. So they were really flying high, and whether they were a little bit shocked by what we put out first half, I don't know, but I thought we were outstanding and well worth the victory.
I mean, I can add to that. I mean, they were unbeaten in 11 league games. So I mean, that's the measure of the performance. And I think there was 1 or 2 of us going into the game were worried because of their form, sort of thing. But the lads kind of didn't make a mockery of it, but they just got on and played the game, don't they?
Yeah, and we were missing some good players today. Like Alex Clark was out injured. Rian was suspended. You know, 2 of our backline, which has been so stubborn of late. You know, so we had to drop Dylan in at centre half, and Joe came in and started at right back. So you know, a couple of decent players missing. They're quite a big physical side, but you know, we were putting long throws in the box first half, and I think the first 3 long throws we put in, we get the first contact and look really dangerous. And I spoke to the lads at the start of the game and just said, there's nobody in this league that I'm ever fearful of when we go, because if we're on it, we're a match for anyone. But if we're not even a match for a team that's bottom of the league. So you have to be on it every week. And it, you know, hopefully, I think the lads probably took that on board, and I think the main thing is the lads have really took on what we worked on during the week for the last sort of 2-3 weeks into the games, and we've seen it come out today, and it was really good.
Great comment you made there about you've got to do it against the bottom of the team as well, because next week you've got the bottom club coming here, and you've got a great chance to make it 4 wins and a bounce and keep going, but you'll not take it complacently.
No, you can't. Like I said, if we're on our game, we're a match for anyone. But if we're not on our game, then we can quite easily get beat by anyone as well. So you can't pick and choose when you're going to be on it. You have to be on it every week. And I know not everybody can be on it every week. Lads have dips in form and stuff like that. And especially at the age that some of our lads are, you get that inconsistencies. But they've been really good. They're really coachable. And hopefully this gives them a lot of confidence to go into next week as well.
Thanks very much, Michael.
Cheers.
Okay, Dylan Watson, 3-1 home win over Jarrow. Jarrow say that we're unbeaten in 11 games in the league. You must be delighted with the way the team played.
Yeah, delighted, especially in the first half as well. Obviously, we knew Jarrow's form coming into it. We knew that they were going to be a tough game, tough side obviously to beat. And honestly, I think that's probably the best we've played in the first half, or in a half anyways. And we looked really good going forward. We were solid at the back as well. And we scored 3 great goals, whether it be good hits or well worked. So the types of goals, the different types of goals were pleasing. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic win, and it's definitely a bit of a statement. and a statement to ourselves as well of how we know we can play and the levels that we need to be at.
I think that's a great statement to yourselves, because that shows really a real confidence. Because I think a lot of people thought this was going to be a really, really difficult game. And I'm not saying it wasn't a difficult game, but you made it look easy, particularly that first half.
Yeah, I certainly didn't feel it. I think it was a well contested first half. I think I wouldn't really say anyone dominated the ball in the first half. It was a scrap. It was a big battle, and thankfully in the first half we came out on top of them battles and we picked up on a lot of second balls, and that's how we ended up getting our goals. We were clinical, which I think at some point in the season that we haven't been. So yeah, another pleasing result for us and a lot of positives to take out of it as well.
You would have expected them to come out the way they did second half, but you managed to marshal the defence and keep everybody going, and that was without two of your normal starters as well.
Yeah, we had to obviously shuffle the pack a little bit. Obviously, Dylan coming into centre half, we know how sort of versatile he is, and he can play in midfield as well in centre half. And Sykesy came in, and I thought he did a great job. And it just again shows the squad that we've got. Although these lads might not get on the pitch for a lot of minutes, we've got the squad there that we know we can use and we can trust them. And when they do get minutes, they perform, and that's the main thing.
And Mickey Nelson talks a lot about the defence isn't just about the back five, it's defending from the front to the back. And I think the midfield is in particular put a big shift in it.
Absolutely. The midfield is a massive help for sort of my job and the rest of the defence. Today they dropped on a lot of second balls, like I said, and that allowed us to go forward instead of being on the back foot. And that gives us confidence as well at the back to go forward and be on the front foot as well. So they're a big part of what we do. They know that. And again, they're showing the levels that they need to be at. And I'm sure they will continue to be at that.
That's 3 home wins in a row, and the next game is at home again, and you're playing the bottom team. You've got to avoid complacency, haven't you?
Absolutely, because they've turned the corner. New management in and different players and whatnot. So they've turned the corner with their results and stuff like that. So they'll be a difficult side to beat. We're at home. We know what we're like at home. We can pick up results. So yeah, I think we're all aware of what they can do, and complacency will creep in, and hopefully we'll get another 3 points.
Thanks.